Masha's Tales.
Please eat, my dear little toy friends. Even though you are not the newest of all my toys, you are my favorite ones. I'll tell you a good fairy tale now.
The Swineherd.
In a kingdom far, far away lived this one princess who was very fussy. More than anything in the world, the princess loved mechanical toys, especially those that were very intricately made. In her palace, she had a mechanical nightingale, a jack-in-the-box, and an artificial rose that looked very realistic. In the neighboring kingdom, there lived a prince who was very kind and who really loved animals. This prince loved cats, dogs, horses, and even little piglets. The kingdom where the prince lived was not a very big one, but there was plenty of room for everyone, like a real zoo. One day, the prince took his pigs out into the meadow and saw the fussy princess with her ladies-in-waiting playing with the mechanical nightingale. "Oh my, what a beautiful princess," thought the prince. "I really should get her a nice present." The prince chose the pudgiest and pinkest piglet of all of them, and he sent it to the princess. He also sent her a letter with the piglet offering the princess his hand and heart. "Oh my, what a lovely little piglet," the princess screamed. "So pudgy and pink, it must have cost a fortune. Just listen to the sound it's making. It snorts almost like a real piglet." "Ew," said the ladies-in-waiting. "That's because it is a real pig." "What? It is not a toy?" said the princess, and blinked her eyes, looking hurt. "This prince can take his pig along with his hand and his heart and stay far away from my palace. How dare you treat me, a princess, like a pig?" The prince, of course, was hurt. He locked himself up in the workshop of his kingdom and started to tinker with something. And about a week or so later, the princess was playing in the meadow, scaring her ladies-in-waiting with her jack-in-the-box, and suddenly she heard some music. It was the prince, dressed up as a swineherd, sitting on a tree stump. He was holding a wonderful pot. All around it were little bells, and on top was a lid made of gold. Ding-dong, the little bells kept ringing. "Oh, you dear Augustin, Augustin, Augustin." "Oh my, what is this lovely thing?" the princess asked him. "This here is a magic pot. I'll show you how it works. Little pot, make food," the prince said. And right away, porridge started to appear in the pot. It smelled so good and looked so tasty that all the pigs from all over the kingdom came running over in the meadow. The princess tasted the porridge and tasted some more. Yummy, yummy! And then she started to fuss. "I want this pot! I want this pot! Buy me this magic pot right away!" So the ladies-in-waiting asked the Prince Swineherd, "How much do you want for this pot?" "It's very expensive. You can't afford it," said the prince. "How dare you talk like that, you silly swineherd? Tell me right now how much it is, or we will shoo all your little piglets away. I'll take 100 flicks on the princess's forehead in exchange for this pot." "You impudent swineherd," cried the ladies-in-waiting. But there was nothing they could do, so the princess had to suffer. The princess returned to her palace, put the magic pot on the table, rubbed her forehead, and said, "Little pot, make food." The little pot started cooking porridge, and then pigs from all over the kingdom started coming to the palace. They were snorting and trying to get in, and the porridge from the pot just kept spreading and spreading, because if you wanted to turn it off, you had to say, "Little pot, don't make food." But the prince was the only one who knew this. So the princess and her ladies-in-waiting had to eat this porridge with the pig until the Prince Swineherd finally took pity on the fussy princess and forgave her. That's what I'm saying! Even the newest, most expensive toys in the world can't transform a pig into a decent human being.